Welcome everyone to the Electrical Coaches channel. And now that I got my my classic 620 board in position and tuned the way I like it, sounds good. I'm now working with my teams again. I'm painting, sculpting, customizing figures, tweaking bases, right? Got some figures here that I gotta get started on. These were figures from previous teams, and I cleaned them off, and I'm going to sculpt on these and bring them out. And also I have some other figures over here. Let me grab these up real quick and bring them into view. I got these players here. I disassembled them. These are figures that I was working with, I think about maybe a year ago. And they didn't turn out the way I liked for them to. These are the legs of a ram figure that I was gonna make. So like these other figures I had shown, like these guys here. This is a running back pose, but I can make it whatever I want. I gotta clean off the paint that's on these guys before I take them to the next level. So while these guys are soaking, right, I'm going to be working with some bases, right? These players here, they're already ready. I can start, take my Dremel tool to these guys. Take my Dremel tool on these guys and get these guys cut up and repositioned and sculpt on. But while I'm waiting for those other figures to soak, I got a pose here that I finished sculpting on. I primed it, and it's ready now to be painted into a player on a team. I intend to use this player as a linebacker. Okay, this is a figure from the company called Game Day, and this is what it looks like out of the bag. This pose right here. All right. So like this guy, I'm going to do the same thing to the other figures I showed. So since I have this figure pretty much done, right, I need to test it. I gotta put it on the base. This is not, by the way, this base is not going to be the base that it's going to use. I mainly want to just see how the figure handles, because when you customize your figure, when you sculpt on your figure, you're going to change the way the figure performs when you mount it onto a base, because you change the weight distribution of the figures. That's very important if you intend to sculpt on your figures. All right, this figure is no longer a stock figure now. All right, so let's run it and see what it looks like. Okay, it's got good movement. Not bad, not bad. Now again, this base is not, let's bring it in. Bring it in right about here. All right, how about that? Yeah, this base is not the base that I intend to use on this figure. I mainly use this base to just test how my sculpted figures run. Let's go ahead and back it up. Right here about a 10. Okay. It's got good movement. Not bad, not bad, okay? And here's another figure. I intend to use that tight end. And as you can see, this is the color of the New Orleans Saints. I got it mounted on one of ITZ's clear Formula 37 base. Again, like the other figure, this is not the base for this figure. I'm just testing how the figure moves. Let's see how it looks. Okay, it's got good get off. Let me turn the board up a little bit. And you hear how the board sounds, right? That's a little bit of rattle, so we're gonna back that up. I tuned this board in the last video, the board nostalgia video. All right, run them again. Okay, I like the get off on this bass, on that figure. All right, let's see here. Got another one, another pose here. I call this a hybrid figure because I can use it at outside linebacker. It could be a tight end. It could be a defensive end or fullback. All right. I'm just going to run it on this base and see what it does. All right. It's a little choppy, but I believe it's because these front prongs are, let's move it over here a little bit. Okay, these front prongs are grabbing a little bit too much. But this base may not be on this figure like with the other figures, right? This is also ITZ base. Got some more of them right here. These some more yellow bases. Got some green ones here. You know, they were selling different colors. You know, these are blue bases right here. Blue Formula 37 dial bases. Right, so got some tweaking to do, some painting, sculpting. Let's see here. I want to grab. I already ran that guy. And here's another one of my Saints figures. This figure right here is an old Buzzball figure, and I sculpted on this, and I made it a wide receiver. And the base I got it on is this is an ITZ base that I Frankenstein. I took the power dial out of one of its earlier bases, and I put it into its newer, the shell of its newer base. Yeah, power dial, Frankenstein base, and it's reverse tweaked because the dial really is usually the front, but I got the dial in the back of the base, and I got the original rear of this base is now the front. Why? Because I want the power in the back. That's why I put that dial with the wide prongs in the rear for the power. But that base is subject to change as well. It may not be on this figure. Let's see how it runs. Okay, it's got a good explosion. It's got a good first step, you know, but in the distance though, it kind of slows down. Okay, not bad, not bad. So far, my sculpts with these figures they're working out. I got some more in this box right here. Let's see, got a few more figures in here I want to look at. Yeah, this is my Richard Sherman cornerback pose. This figure was formed from a Haiti Repro linebacker pose. All right, let's run him real quick. All right, so he's got good speed. Why? Runs really well because this base has been fully tweaked and it's ready to play. And it loops the way I like for it to. So, you know, if I was to match it up Go and grab this Saint receiver right here. I'm gonna put him in the middle of the field because I want you to see it on camera. Well, you know what? I'll move it over here. Because the Richard Sherman figure is supposed to go up the field and loop. All right. So if I go man to man, see what happens. Okay, he covers well on this particular receiver. Let's do this. Let's go and get our Saint tight end. Because although I really hadn't tweaked this base, that base is showing promise. I hadn't really done much to it. Let's zoom it in a little bit here. Move it over some. All right, see what happens. Okay. He's staying with the receiver. Good. It's a good thing. It's good. I would like for him to separate. I would like for him to bump, chip the receiver, and then go inside. But if he doesn't do that, that's okay. Put that over there. Okay, it's good. All right. So the next thing I do before, as we build teams, right? Get our scale, and we check the weight of the figure, as well as back it up some. Okay, we check the weight of the figure with the base and the sculpting clay that's on it, right? And we come up with a weight of 3.82 grams on this particular figure. Let's grab the tight end that I showed you earlier, right? Let's just weigh him and see how he turns out. He comes in at 3.80, 81. That's good. Because see, the rule set in the TOC is your figures can't be any heavier than 4 grams. All right, so let's go and get the Richard Sherman corner figure. And we weigh him. He comes in at 3.93. That's for everything on. The decals, the paint, the face mask. He's right there at 3.94 to be exact. Okay, that's good. He's within specifications. And let's grab ourselves another figure here and see. This is one of my defensive ends. See what he weighs. 3.88. Okay, that's good. Good. So yeah, this is what we do here. When we build teams, and this is what the hobby is about. It's not just, if you want, you can just get a team that's already painted, and you can just work with the base and go play if you want to, right? But if you're like me, I'm really involved in this hobby. I do a lot of stuff. I tweak bases. I take plain figures and I change them. I customize them and make them different. I play on different boards. I even built my own board, the one I showed you earlier, Electric Coach Park, which is under this 620 board here. I built my own board. So there are many levels to this hobby. And because of that, because there's so many levels, you can pick how you can choose how far you want to get involved. That's if you want to get involved at all. All right. So if you just want to just play, like I said earlier, hey, you can purchase an already painted team, get some bases, get on the board and go. Right? If you want to build a team and get ready for a tournament, you can do that too. Get your figures, your plain figures, do your paint job, decal, train your bases, tweak your bases, what have you, go play. If you want to pay somebody to do those things for you, the hobby has it to offer. You see? So there's many levels and many ways to approach this game. That's the reason why I did this video. Just a short, quick one to give you some idea of what this hobby is about if you're new to it. You know, if you come to this hobby for the first time, you know, you don't necessarily have to, you know, get, you know, vintage boards like this one. You don't have to have custom boards. You can go get, you know, a starter set that comes with the board and figures and bases, and play with that, and through that you can decide how deep you want to get, right? So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna grab these other figures over here. That's these painted figures I gotta clean off. I'm gonna put them in the bath, in the oven cleaner bath, get them cleaned off. While they're soaking, I'm gonna come back to the table and start working with some of these bases over here, and planning out what I'm gonna do with this guy right here. How I'm gonna make him a player on my Saints team. I'm Mo. Thanks for watching.